She began chanting, calling the elements to be present, and the others soon chimed in. They called upon the 4 elements, earth, fire, water, and air, the elements that serve as guardians and protectors of the Wiccan. It felt like a warmth spread between them, and it suddenly didn't seem as unpleasant as it had in the beginning. Being nude was such an essential part of them feeling close to nature that she had insisted they do it, even though they would be freezing. It brought them closer to the divine, the goddess. It also provided them with a sense of freedom and power from being without the confines of clothing. It was all just limitations the world placed on them to keep them from connecting with nature. As the self-appointed high priestess of their coven, Tanya had decided it was time for them to set themselves free. Here they were, as vulnerable as they were when they were just born, yet stronger than ever. It was time for them to reunite themselves with their inner strength, with nature, the universe, and other beings. The ritual became a success, at least for a little while. The girls chanted, they danced, and Tanya walked around the circle with the amulet. As she had made the entire 360 degrees around it, she tossed the amulet inside the ring, while whispering into the night, "The moon's end." As she did this, she paused and stared, waiting for the deity to show herself, for the energies to rise inside the circle and fill them all with her strong presence. Tanya was barely moving as she waited with bated breath. The candle lights flickered before they were all blown out at the same time. Tanya gasped. "Did we succeed?" Nina asked. "Did we do it? Is she here? Is the goddess here? Has she blessed us with her presence?" I think so," Tanya said, and stared into the circle at the altar they had made when the moon decided to peek out just enough to light up the clearing. "I think I can feel her," Nina said, her voice relieved and blissful. She burst into laughter, then stood to her feet and started to turn. She was dancing in a circle, reaching out her arms. "I think she's here. I feel her." Tanya wasn't sure she felt anything, and it annoyed her immensely. If Nina did, then she should be able to as well, shouldn't she? She was, after all, the high priestess, the most devoted. She should feel the goddess's presence before any of the others. Tanya stepped inside the circle and stood by the altar, then grabbed the chalice between her hands. "We must thank her." Just as she lifted the chalice up towards the sky and chanted the words from her spellbook that she had spent so much time memorizing, the moon disappeared again, and the clearing fell into deep darkness. Ingrid gulped nervously and took a step back, away from the circle. Ignoring this and deciding to herself that next time she'd bring someone else instead of Ingrid, Tanya closed her eyes. She focused on visualizing the goddess while she took the chalice and drank from it. That's when she felt it. It was like there was a massive burst of energy flowing inside the circle. It was stronger than anything she had ever felt before. Tanya was almost overwhelmed and didn't think about cold or frostbite or chattering teeth anymore. The energy from the deity they were trying to summon warmed her and made her feel at such deep peace with herself. She felt uplifted, almost like she was levitating, and she began dancing, feeling lightheaded like she was defying gravity itself. Finally, she sensed her. Finally, the goddess blessed her with her presence and her unlimited energy. It felt amazing. Tanya laughed almost manically and danced and chanted loudly, but was forcefully pulled out of her trance when Nina suddenly spoke, her voice smothered in concern. "Where is Ingrid?" Tanya opened her eyes, and just like that, the feeling was gone. The energy was sucked right out of the circle, much to her great disappointment. "What do you mean, where is Ingrid?" she almost hissed. "She's not here," Nina said, turning her head to look. "She was just there a minute ago." Tanya put the chalice down, then looked in the direction of where Ingrid had been standing. It was empty, like Nina had said. There was no sign of Ingrid. Tanya looked around them, turning in circles. "Ingrid?" she called, alarm rising inside of her. "Ingrid? Ingrid?"